Wisconsin wine guy. I'm back with another wine review. Don't laugh at my outfit. I just came in from a workout, and I figured, you know what? I should do a wine review today, and this is going to be sort of a different wine review. So we get that picture right here. Okay, all right. So now, for those who are new, these are wines where you can find where you shop for wine: grocery store, liquor store, wine shop. I go through, select a few wines, and give it a taste, and give you my opinion utilizing my infamous thumb rating system. Thumbs up says I recommend that wine. It's a pretty solid wine. Can't go wrong with it. 3/4 said, you know what? I enjoy it. I would share it with my friends. I would recommend it to someone. Halfway, something about that wine was off from my palate. Doesn't make it a bad wine, just didn't work for me. But I'll let you know why it didn't work for my palate. Thumbs down, always an easy one. And every now and then, there's that double thumbs up. Okay, so now I opened this wine earlier, poured some out, just to give it a chance to breathe a little bit. Now, what's unique about this, though, it probably didn't have to breathe, but I wanted to do it anyway. What's unique about this is a non-alcoholic wine, okay? Non-alcoholic, coming in at 0.5% alcohol, which makes it non-alcoholic, okay? De-alcoholized wine. So this is coming, the name of the wine, the brand is JOYUS, woman-owned. Jessica Salander out of Seattle, Washington, won a silver medal for this wine in some blind tastings. So, interesting. This is going to be their Cabernet. They do a couple other styles of wine, 2 sparkling wines, a rosé and a white. I believe they do a Chardonnay as well. But we're going to be doing their Cabernet and seeing what it tastes like. Now, let me say this. The non-alcoholic wine category is still growing. It's still growing. It's been around for a long time. One of my favorite brands is Ariel, A-R-I-E-L, their Cabernet. I enjoyed their Cabernets, many years ago. I even had a Ariel Cabernet that was in my wine room for years. I forgot I had it. So it was probably 10 years old. I opened it. Back then they were vintage. So I wonder if it still is now. But anyway, open it up, and it still tasted great. This is a Cabernet. I need to get my hands on a current bottling of the Ariel so I can do a review on that as well. So I'm going to be bringing more non-alcoholic wines or de-alcoholized wines. So again, JOYUS, looking forward to trying this, and I'm going to approach non-alcoholic wines this way, from a varietal character perspective. Okay, because there's no alcohol, you're not going to get the weight in the body. But from a varietal characteristic perspective. Now, this is a Cabernet. So I want to taste some Cabernet or Cabernet-esque characteristics from this wine. I want to also have balance on this wine. It also said to spend time on American oak, so I want to get those elements of the wine also. So here we go. We're going to give this a pour. Hades Corker. Pouring this out. So we're going to look at the color. Most people think about alcohol wine. Why waste time with non-alcohol wine? Well, you know what? Sometimes you just want to go light. Like I just finished working out, so I'm going to enjoy this wine. Okay, look at that color. I think the color is beautiful. It definitely has the colors of a Cabernet. And here we're talking about a really nice ruby color. Okay, starts lighter and gets darker. So very beautiful color. It's not going to have any legs because there's no alcohol, right? So the color is nice. From here, I can smell the grapiness. Again, having had grown grapes myself and having had tasted some of the classic varietals and just the juice before it's turning alcohol. If you haven't done it, I recommend you try it. It will take your wine tasting to a whole new level. Tasting the essence of the juice before it's wine and before it has spent time in a barrel. Okay, so a couple of steps: taste the grape off of the vine, then taste the crushed juice and get it set into your memory. Okay, so here we go on the nose. Now on the nose here. Now I am going to think about a Cabernet that has alcohol as far as characteristics, and I'm also going to think about the Cabernet juice itself. Okay, definitely pick up plum, bell pepper, so a little vegetal. You do get subtle trace elements of wood, and it's not going to be over the top. Okay, this is the great thing about it. But you still, if you want to focus on wine, you can still pick up on some of those trace elements. Now, I'll put in some cherry and cranberry. Ooh, wait a minute, or something else. And maybe a blackberry. Okay, so as far as, varietal characteristics on this fruit and its elements, nice. As far as getting that little those hints of oak, nice. But in this case, I always say in the video, if you can't taste the grape or smell the grape, what's the point? Definitely is here, okay? So I look at non-alcoholic wines as kind of grape juice, but if it's done right, it can have very nice balance to it, great flavor to it. And if you also add the addition of oak, it can really take it to a whole new level, okay? So think grape juice, but more, all right? So now, let's give it a taste. Two-step process doesn't change. Got to taste for acidity, got to taste for tannins, and second sip will taste for an overall opinion. Here we go. Okay. Tannins are there. Soft, medium tannins. So we got those. Acidity, it's blended in with the tannins. So not too bad. So I can dig that. It is light. Let me say it again. This is going to be light. Why? There's no alcohol. Okay? So it definitely is light. Now, for the actual taste. I don't feel as guilty drinking this in my workout clothes. So now, the taste. The finish is nice. I really enjoy the finish on this wine. The elements that I smelled, sort of plum. You get a little bit of, what was that here? What I got here? A little bit of dry cherry, plum again, and a little cranberry, on its taste. So it has a dry finish. It has a nice fruitiness to it. My brain or my palate is looking for the weight, but there's no weight. We're only judging this purely on its taste. Okay? And judging it purely on its taste, I enjoy it. Okay, I think it's a great wine. If you want to have a red wine in the summertime, even if you drink an alcoholic wine, you have a red wine in the summertime without alcohol, I think it'd be a good choice. If you are shying away from alcohol, or if you're doing dry January, I think this would be a good choice. If you are simply just wanting to have some wine for your non-alcohol drinking friends, this is a good choice. Retail between $19 and $30, depending on where you're shopping. Okay, one more taste. When you hold on your palate and you swish it around, the complexities are nice. I think they did a good job with the blending with the complexities of fruit. It does have a dry finish, but it definitely has a nice mid palate of fruit that a subtle smokiness. It's subtle. Let's get to it. So, Wisconsin Wine Guide will give the JOYUS Cabernet, non-vintage, out of Seattle, Washington, woman-owned. I don't need this a thumbs up, and I tell you why. I mean, the non-alcoholic category is still new. It's kind of easy to do whites, but it's not as easy to do reds. But I will say again, here's a caveat: if you're searching and wanting that, big, bold Cabernet feel, you're not going to get this. It's going to give you those Cabernet elements without the weight and the alcohol. I think they did a good job with this. I'm going to enjoy this. I got to find some food to pair with this and see and truly push the envelope and see how it goes. It's your Wisconsin wine guy saying as always that your palate be the guide of selecting your wine or selecting your non-alcoholic wine. And I'll see you next time. Ciao!